Hey, it's math time. You ready to add and subtract? There are a whole lot of numbers. We're getting smarter with every math fact. Hi, and welcome back to your second math lesson this week. For today's lesson, you're going to need to know the meaning of the words horizontal and vertical. Horizontal means when something is laying flat like this. Right now, my arms are horizontal. Vertical means up and down like this. Right now, my arms are vertical. Horizontal is lying flat. Vertical is standing straight up. I wonder how else I could demonstrate horizontal and vertical to you. Let me think. I could also use my cat to show you. Right now, he is vertical. And now the poor little baby kitty is, horizontal. Vertical? Horizontal. Here are some more words you're going to need to know in order to complete today's lesson. Row and column. Rows of things are just lined up horizontally across like this. And columns of things are just lined up vertically, up and down like this. Here are some more rows and columns. There are 2 rows of rubber ducks. There are 2 columns of apples. There are 3 rows of dice. There are 3 columns of potatoes. Now that you know what horizontal and vertical mean and what rows and columns are, you're just about ready to start today's lessons. But before we start, I'm going to need you to go and find 12 things that you can use to be your counters for today. 12 little things that you can move around and arrange when I ask you to. It could be Cheerios, M&Ms, I don't know, rocks from outside. You decide. Go find 12 things that you can use for counters. Pause the videotape and then start it back up when you're ready. All right, now that you've got your counters, we're ready to begin. I want you to start by making me 2 equal groups of 3 and then put the rest of your counters aside. Ready, go. Alrighty, now I have 2 equal groups of 3 in front of me. Now here's your challenge. Think about what we learned just a second ago. I'd like you to please take these 2 equal groups of 3 and instead of having them in groups like this, I'd like you to please put them into 2 rows of 3. Ready? Try it. Good job! Do yours look like mine? I have 1 row of 3 right here and 1 row of 3 right here. 2 rows of 3. Now, did it change how many counters I had when I took them from the 2 groups of 3 and changed them into 2 rows of 3? No, it didn't. We still have the same amount. We're just rearranging them. Now, you can see that I have 1, 2 rows of 3. Here's a challenge for you. Can you take these and put them into 3 columns of 2? Think about what you're going to do. Ready, go. 3 columns of 2. Oh, wait, look at that. They're already in 3 columns of 2. If you line up your rows like I have, you have the counters right above and under each other, and they're all lined up nicely. So what we've done here is we've created something called an array. An array is a group of items that are arranged into rows and columns, and that's what we've done. We've taken these 6 counters that we had and we've arranged them into 2 rows of 3, or 1, 2, 3 columns with 2 in each column. We've made something called an array. Can you say array? Very good. Now, let's try something a little bit harder. Can you make an array with 6 columns of 2? Try it. Ready, go. Hey, very good. You have 6 columns of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's really important when you're making an array to line up your items very carefully. You can't have any off all wonky like that. Alrighty, now when I have an array, I can read it in a couple of different ways. I could read it like this. I have 6 columns of 2. Or I could look at this array and I could say it like this. I could say I have 2 rows of 6. Either way, you have the same amount of counters. Your amount of counters doesn't change. What changes is the number of rows or columns you have and how many are in each row or column. So this way, 6 columns of 2, or the other way, 2 rows of 6. That's how you read an array. Now we can use arrays to solve story problems. Take all your counters and put them to the side. I'm going to tell you a story problem and I want you to try and act it out or show what it would look like by using your counters. Ready? Here we go. Mrs. McMillan is going to the bank. 4 windows are open at the bank. There are 3 people in line at each window. How many people are in line at the bank? Use your counters to try and solve this problem. Okay, here's how I would use my counters to figure this out. I would say 4 windows at the bank. Well, here's a window, here's a window, here's one, and here's another one. And then I would say, all right, there are 3 people in line at each window. So if that's one person, that would be 2. That'd be 3. Oh, look at this. This is starting to look like something we know. Ho, ho, ho. What do you think? 4 windows at the bank. Each one of those windows could be the start of a column. And then 3 people in each line. Each of these lines is the column. So right now we've made an array. We built an array with 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 columns with 3 in each column for a total of how many? Hey, let's use our repeated addition to figure that out. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. Uh-oh, we know that 3 plus 3 is 6. Therefore, I have 2 groups of 6, and I know that 6 plus 6 is 12. Did you beat me? I hope so. Okay, very good. That's how we can use arrays to solve problems. Hey, thanks for watching today's math lesson. Now go and do the assignment that I've attached to this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.